Welcome back to Dishonored 2, where in the last episode we got the safe combination. Oh yeah, let's not go into the past world right there, shall we? Ooh. Freaky painting. So, what exactly was the code? This is where my nice little keyboard really sucks. Let's have a look. It was 873. Oh, I did remember the correction. So the code it was left hat in the past was not the code.
Is everything mixed up here? What happened?
Wait.
Welcome again to my house. Let's get this over with.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge when natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
The more I hear, the more I think this is ill-advised. Who wants to speak with the dead? If this Delilah really was killed or banished from the world, what if she's lost her mind?
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions.
Wow, this is just a story area.
There's a strange power in this place.
And it's just a story area. It's a huge compliment.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars, this is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
Wait! We can't really...
Idiot!
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I can still see the insides. One has become a stone, the other reforged and marked by the one whose eyes are black.
Poor Aramis. I feel obliged to take care of him out of loyalty to my father.
Wait. You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
The void beyond the world is strange.
Okay.
I won't ever understand all I've seen.
She...
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars, this is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
Wait! We can't really...
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I can still see the insides. One has become a stone, the other reforged and marked by the one whose eyes are black.
Poor Aramis. I feel obliged to take care of him out of loyalty to my father.
Wait. You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for you.
That's very cute and all, Delilah, but
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
Wait, wait.
has anything changed? No, it seems to be the same. I just have... So I need to find my way downstairs somehow if I want to get that thing. Apparently only the top ones actually held any of the flying thingies. Nice. That makes snooping around a lot easier. Can't carry more sleep arrows. Oh, that would have been nice to know earlier, wouldn't it? Letter from Lona Architecture to Mr. R. Stilton. Good sir, we write with some excitement regarding the planned extension to your home. We are ready to unveil our plans for your new functional and appealing office space. Might you have time to view our drawing in the coming week? We are completely at your disposal and are ready to begin construction upon the very instant of your approval. Okay, so let's have a look. We are around here-ish, I think. It's over there that they want to add something. And I need to go there. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get a skill for this thing. We are in the second floor. Meaning that we are... Let's have a look. Wait, that means this one is right over there. Elevator. Completely forgot those things often have a little hole. Okay, little hole above it. This. Oh. So this is. It's just called the cellar. And here we find the bone charm. Maybe take a look at what the hell it actually is. Have a look. It is unnerving targets. Enemies sometimes drop grenades and throw debris at their feet. I don't like things that kill me. I don't like killing, so if they drop grenades at their feet, that doesn't sound like it wouldn't lead to a lot of death. Enemy killing bloodflies or rats restores mana. Slide speed is slightly faster. Falling star drops destination. No. No, I think that's...
Careful, don't throw it. Drop it gently. It's silver. It's not going to break. I'm not worried about it breaking. You know why the basement's sealed off? Bloodflies. Yeah. They should keep the curious away, and we'll come back later to pick up the loot. It's a good, simple plan. So why are you nervous? Dumbass, if you disturb that nest, they'll find our bloated corpses down here a week from now, full of bloodfly maggots. Are they that bad? We don't have anything like that aboard.
Alright, so... Oh, this is where the bloodfly started then, I guess. Oh god. Rat plagues. That's the first time... It's the first time I've seen a rat. A swarm of rats. Fingers on it too. Alright, so... I can't. Okay. So I need to fix that. How though? How do I... Note. Water leak in the basement. Yeah, that's what I need. My faithful Jane. I've discovered a leak in the basement. No, don't go fix it. But man, there's a bloatfly nest near it, and the situation is altogether too dangerous. I'm sure another solution will present itself once I think on it a bit. Unfortunately, I've lost my mind right now. In the meantime, seal up that portion of the basement to close off the danger. The water is likely to rise a bit, so be sure to keep the drain stopper open. How's your leg? Is it still bothering you? I can have the doctor around give it a look. Kindly, Hermes. So, if I want it, I need to have the drain stopper open. And this is where I run into a problem of my English is not perfect. Keep the drain stopper open then. Oh, it's going to be... somewhere in Den, isn't it? Yeah. Where are those two dudes? One over there and one over there. How long would this take me? Alright, so where do I have to take it to? But I got a crank for it over there. It's a very tiny gap. I am come to think of it, I'm going to take him this way. There we go. That's where I need the crank. And that does exist in normal time. How good would I be able to throw it? There we go, we have the crank. Alright. Got another rune. Oh wow, I got 7 of the damn things. This means or sprint faster. I don't sprint enough to make that worth it. Far reach. No, thank you. I'm good. Let's see. I also have that one. Fine. Shadow kill. No. It's not like I can do something with. Turn all enemies charge when they die. Transform enemies killed in combat into bloatflies as they die. Reflexes. Walk to deflect projectiles. Which also has the ability to lead to focus slide, so while sliding if aiming a ranged weapon at an enemy. Spear deflection deflect projectiles towards the nearest enemy. Parry. Window of time for parrying is increased. Snap reflection. Quick reflexes seem to slow time briefly when an enemy spots you. No, all of that seems unneeded. Vitality, increase health and resistances. And of regeneration is improved. No, those are absolutely useless. Bloodthirsty. Build adrenaline in combat, trigger brutal mate fatalities. Places adrenaline automatically wanted in combat up to half maximum. Kill multiple enemies within range. Swing through object further. Break down weaker wooden doors with your sword. Sounds great and all. Link human targets so they die or fall unconscious together. And that can lead to up to 4 enemies all linked. Or doppelganger. Summon a shade of yourself that attracts enemies. Doppelganger will confuse enemies as it fades away. Transform place with your summon doppelganger. Summon a doppelganger that can fight and assassinate when undetected. Summon 2 doppelganger. Seriously. The Empress can summon an army. And mesmerize. Summon a void spirit to enthrall humans and hounds. Enthrall up to 3 human or canine targets. Extended duration. Up to 4. It's kind of a case of when you go non-lethal, you don't need a lot of things. I mean, I think I'm just going for a linking for a domino, because then I can just, if a couple enemies are very hard to deal with, I can just link them together and then just choke one of them and they all go down. Yeah, I think that will be what I'll be spending some stuff on. There is still a hound down here.
They say something's amiss.
Alright. Slowly making my way back. Definitely have all the stuff. Let's make our way back to the Dust District. It was I
wonder what I was doing in Dunwall on this night. Or what I am doing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's still slightly unclear. Just is it just the past we're seeing? Or are we really jumping back and forwards in time? Because
What will change in the present based on what I do here tonight?
Alright. I mainly wonder what will happen to this clockwork, to this timepiece, because it's linked to this place. Will it just fall apart? Possibly.
Maybe Megan or Anton will have some perspective on this.
think that's all you can have with something like this. Perspective. Let's go to the Dust District. Please don't have a surprise for me. Now that you've learned Delilah's secret, make your way back to Anton Sokolov, waiting aboard the skiff. Alright. Oh, a wall has probably broken out, hasn't it? Well, of course Does this look so nice when I left? Okay, no, what? I don't like you.
Look around you. A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago.
Oh, you were not a thing of the void.
And where it began again. It's where they made me.
This part of the void feels older.
Okay, now this is something I'm really interested in. The outsider was a sacrifice for power, but I don't think that he gave that type of power.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the wounds only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it.
You want her gone. The outsider wants something. Now that is special.
You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
You tore out a part of your entire soul and locked it away. And in this case, you have to get it back before I can kill you. I can't just kill it itself. Good for you, otherwise Duke Abel would have a very tight grasp on you, wouldn't he?
The world contains more mysteries than I imagined.
That's how the world works. You must travel through the district. This is the one. This one's the one for the previous mission. So they are truly at war. I did think it looked too nice.
I had to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff, after a very strange day.
I still have the timepiece for some reason. I do not know why. Because as far as I can see, it lost all functionality. It was linked directly to the Stilton's house, wasn't it? I managed to remember that there was an easier way I could have done it the last time, and I also remember another thing, and I'm fucking up the keys. This is not Elder Scrolls Online. Let's have a look. I take damage as significant portion is instead taken. No, I do. I want my crafted bone charm 1.
If I have 2 and I give him 1, I still got me 1. But then if I eat it, no, if he eats it, then what?
Twice the soldier he is. Someone should say something.
No one knows what happened. Could be anything.
Did I leave?
Watch my own back.
Did I leave this many guards, really?
Just have to finish my shift. Then I can go home. Put my feet up.
I really could have made this a lot easier for myself, couldn't I? Oh. Alright. Yeah, I remember taking you guys out. How did I get in over here? I miss slow time.
Is it dinner time yet? Man gets starved on this shift. Working for the Duke's not so bad. As long as you're granddaughter. It ain't to be anybody else right now. Met a girl from Morley. Our love ended poorly. I spied a lass from Bristol. Was good I had my pistol. Then I met a lady from Tivia.
Did I not just... I linked them together, did I not? No. I am going for Shadow Walk. Okay, that's not the way to Sokolov. This is... let's see... no one around here.
We'll get what's coming to him, Megan. Leaders rise and... Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes, please. Let's get out of here.
Yes, I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne. And I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go.
And boy, do I have some crazy stories for you. Killed 2 people, that's pretty good. And I even managed to avoid taking everybody out. That's also very good, I think. Got all the runes, all the bone charms, none of the gold, none of the blueprints, and 1 of the paintings. Christ, that screen is disappointing, always. But I did manage to do these. Dreadful wail. You've eliminated most of Duke Abel's key accomplices. Talk to your allies about Duke before departing for the Grand Palace.
Duke Luca Abel tore down the original palace in Karnaca, his birthplace, in order to build a lavish structure that cost enough to feed everyone in Serkonos for years. It's said to be a sprawling estate to humble all others, a monument to his ego and sense of princely entitlement. But whatever the Duke has done to his nation happened while I was Empress. In Dunwall, we were content to look the other way as long as the silver kept flowing. I've got to get inside the Grand Palace, deal with the Duke, and find a way to steal Delilah's soul.
Nice and simple. I was thinking we don't even have to deal with him, but he probably isn't.
This is my last night. Soon I'll dissolve into the great nothing.
You should be at peace.
I've stayed too long. Find Delilah's spirit. Trap her with this cage of dead flesh. Set me free.
I don't understand.
You will very soon.
They needed a horrific thing to store Delilah's soul in.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone, but for a few allies.
But this works pretty well, as this currently contains part of a soul, so it will fit Delilah's. It's an unholy contraption made either from or with or by the void. The Dust District. Let's have a look. What part did we read? Brianna Ashworth and Delilah were infiltrating the minds of the Sisters of the Good Order. Probably read it. So I found out Megan Foster worked for Ashworth many years ago. I think Megan knows more than she's saying. What is she holding back? Sometimes she won't meet my eyes. Even when she smiles, she looks sad. But my gut says I need to trust her, at least for a little while longer. I can't sleep. I try not to think about my father too much, but I'm worried sick. I hope Corvo is going to be alright. I hope he can't feel days and weeks passing, not knowing that I'm alive and coming for him. 15 years ago, he was the one to rescue me. We spent our days hidden in the Hound Pit's pub, and I thought I would never see Dunwall Tower again. I remember I was almost happy about it, thinking we would live a life of adventures. I think it helped me deal with my mother's death, as if it wasn't real. As if it was another life. The Grand Palace, the Dust District. I've heard stories about the Dust District. Now I've seen it for myself. And braved the polluted air. I'd still be coughing if it weren't for Megan's ferment sharp broth, even if it tasted like something she dragged up and out of the sewers. In the Dust District, I could have sided with Paolo or Viso Zibrine, choosing one evil over another, but that could have had unforeseen consequences. So I rejected the setup and found my own solution. Delilah's secret. Today I saw the effects of the void, leaking into Armin Stilton's house through cracks in reality. I was able to see the past and the present simultaneously. I learned a great deal, looking into the night of the Duke's gathering. 3 years passed. I watched the seance that brought Delilah's spirit from the void, where she was trapped, and into this world. I saw that spirit preserved in an effigy made of bone by the witch Brianna Ashworth. And that effigy, holding Delilah's spirit, was given to Duke Abel for safekeeping. Now I know why Delilah cannot be killed. As long as she is not whole, she'll remain immortal. Even the outsiders seemed worried. This is the information I've been seeking. Now I just have to turn it into a plan. A plan we'll put in motion in the next episode. See you then.